Hello, here we are again, Unit 1, Grammar Lesson 5, Comparisons. If you're in 3-half-O or 3-VWO or 3-Gym, then this is for you. It's about comparison. First we're going to look at what or who we can compare and the words we use to compare. Now, what or who can you compare? Of course, people, animals and things. That is about everything in the world. Words you use to compare. She's a kind teacher. Kind is a word you can use to compare. That's an ugly dog. That's another word you can use to compare. Or this is a fantastic story. These words, kind, ugly, fantastic, we call adjectives. And an adjective is a word that says something about a noun. Teacher is a noun, zelfstandig naamwoord. Kind teacher, kind says something about teacher, so kind is an adjective. And an adjective is in Dutch bijvoeglijk naamwoord. So you use adjectives to compare. I compare nothing in this sentence. She is a kind teacher. Nothing to compare. But all of a sudden, there's another teacher and he is a kinder teacher than she is. So now I am comparing two teachers. And then there is a third teacher, and that teacher is the kindest teacher of all. Three teachers, three comparisons. One is kind, the other one is kinder, and then we have the kindest. This is what we call the steps of comparisons. Now, if there is no comparison, you saw she's a kind teacher, she's a nice teacher, there's no comparison, nicer than or the nicest. And you see EST and ER. If a word is short like fat and big and thin, you have to double. Fatter, fattest. Don't forget that. Big, nice. Fat, big and thin are the words that jump into my mind. So you have to double them. If a word, an adjective ends in Y, change the Y into I, right? Prettier, prettiest. Happy, happier, happiest. Ugly, uglier, ugliest. Change the Y into an I. Interesting is a very long word. So that is 2 or more syllables. You get more interesting and most interesting. Don't do interestinger or more interestinger because the RE and the EST is already in here. We have a few exceptions. That is bad, of course, worse. Worse, they're also in your book. Good, better, best. And this one, far, is not in your book, but it's also an exception. Far, further, furthest. And then we have little. Be careful, it's not a little child. You don't do that. But this is like little money or little homework. And then it means weinig. So I have little homework, you have less homework, minder, and he has got the least homework, minste. So try to remember these. There's another way to compare, because if you look at these two pictures, there you see two trees, and they are exactly the same because I copied the picture, but these are exactly the same. What can you say then? That tree is as tall as this one, or as green as this one, or as small as this one. So you compare, but you compare two things that are exactly the same. These two are not exactly the same. Yeah, cute, okay. But there is a difference, and you want to say that. So they are not the same. They are not as cute as this one, because the one on the left bites. Now you know it. Or the one on the right is not as black as the one on the left. Or the one on the left is not as young as this one because it was born a little bit later. So that's another way to use comparison. If you want to practice, go to Classroom. Look for Unit 1 handy websites and then you will get better and better. Promise me to do that. Promised? Good. So you will get better and better. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, I don't care what kind of questions. We don't have stupid questions. You know where to find me, Gmail, or you use Hangout. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.